Laird Hamilton calling into the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Laird?
I'm really good, Rich. Thank you very much.
Are you kidding me? This is the greatest. It's great to chat with you. So when you saw the video of Mick Fanning, what did you think?
Well, obviously, it's always good when you see the shark because, then you can kind of, you can face off with them. I think when you have an encounter with a shark and you get to see it, that's a fortunate thing. Normally, most attacks, you don't see the shark, you just feel the shark. And, it obviously, seeing it is a reminder that, that they're there.
Yeah, they are there. So how close have you ever come in this situation, Laird?
I've had them up close and personal. I haven't been hit by a fin, like Mick got. I haven't been, I've been bumped before, but in a fishing situation. So I've gotten bumped into, but in surfing, seeing them, a couple feet away, a foot away, considering the volume of years of being in the ocean, I've had, I have. It's amazing how few you really have in all that time. I've had probably 5 or 10 sightings and situations in 40, 50 years of surfing.
Well, I'm on the phone with Laird Hamilton, big wave surfer Laird Hamilton, at Laird Life on Twitter, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Are we making too much of this then, Laird?
No. I think it's, it's first of all, it's the ocean, and the sharks are everywhere, and it's a fortunate thing that like I said, that the shark, I think it was, it caught his leash, or it was, but obviously it was there. It was underneath, and I think you wouldn't even known it was there. No one would have known it was there unless it did kind of get entangled with him. When you see the video and it got tangled between, with his leash, and that's what kind of pulled him around and the situation. But they're there, and I think it's always important to be realistic about that they're there, and that and it's dangerous, and to try to maybe take necessary precautions.
So Fanning said he hit him. He hit the shark in the back twice. Laird?
Absolutely.
Is that
I think that was a good call on his part. I think listen, sharks are known to really not want any kind of struggle, and so if that's one of the oldest rules in a shark encounter is to strike the shark, and people go, oh yeah, how much must that do? But the sharks really don't get struck. They're normally they kind of attack their prey and have a kind of a way with things, and so when they are aggressed towards that will definitely diffuse the situation.
I'm on the phone with Laird Hamilton here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what do you think Fanning is thinking today about getting back in the water, Laird?
Well, I think he's probably on high alert. I think he's probably, I would imagine that any little splash or weird movement in the water is going to want, he's going to want to get out, and it just, I've had an encounter where when you're, from then on for a while, any little movement, any little fish, anything out of the ordinary gets your attention, and you're on high alert.
Yeah.
You'll be on high alert today.
Are these happening more often, or we're just talking about it today because of the video that was able to be captured during a live tournament, live competition?
Well, and that's what's amazing too. That you think with all the movement and all the with the water safety that's in place, and the fact that this is a tournament, and there's that that it's one thing when you hear about it in some remote place. It's another thing when you hear about it during right in the middle of a championship event. But it's I think that these things are starting to. First of all, we have more videos and more film cameras than we've ever had in the history of the world. We also have more people in the ocean than we've ever had, and then we also have less less food for sharks than we've ever had. So we have a kind of a combination of a bunch of different things that are kind of leading us to, kind of more and more encounters. Like I said, the fact that there, more people in the water more often, and then more ways to record it. But they've been there, but I just think that there's a certain amount of a lack of food, and I mean, it's not like the sharks aren't getting hunted themselves. So we're putting a pretty good dent on the shark population in the world, but I think it's still the nature of the in the environment that they're living in right now. It is kind of making them, forcing them into an urgency.
Laird Hamilton joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show in the wake of Mick Fanning, a three-time world champion surfer, fighting off a shark attack off the coasts of South Africa over the weekend. And I guess it's a perfect segue with the Open Championship going on right now, Laird, is you have something called the golf board that's out there right now. And we showed an Instagram photograph that you put out at Laird Hamilton Life on your Instagram account. At Laird Hamilton Surf is your Instagram account, of you riding what appears to be a motorized four-wheel surfboard with a golf bag at the front of it, as opposed to the handlebars. This is fantastic, Laird. Where did you come up with this idea?
Well, honestly, like most good ideas, they come out of boredom. But the fact is that it was a way to kind of, we wanted to have an activity that we were able to do while we played golf, because it seems like there's a lot of downtime, and riding in a cart has a tendency to undermine your game. Even as bad as mine is, it makes it even worse. So we wanted to do something a little more active, and running or walking the course in a lot of places is not even allowed, and also the time frame, wanting to speed up play. So it came kind of from an organic source where to make it more interesting and more fun for us, and the result is that we've kind of come up with a device that really kind of changes the way you approach the game, and speeds up play, and draws a lot of other people into the game that maybe might not be interested. And so it's ended up really kind of creating a lot of excitement around the game, but we feel like it could be one of the pieces to really help the game of golf, just given the way the numbers have been, in with the majority of people, less and less people are playing as we go into the future, and this might be something that can really help that problem.
How are courses receiving this, Laird?
So far, we've had incredible response. We just did a big thing with Billy Casper, which is the largest golf course management group, like 150 courses. And, you always have a few people that are reluctant, and that's a sign of something good, because for everybody that loves it, you'll have a few that don't love it. But we've had surprising response in general. Again, it seems anybody who gets on it and actually tries it is just amazed on their experience, and that's been gaining momentum. So we have a lot of excitement around it. We have a couple of courses that have had these boards implemented for a couple of years at this point, with 40 in their rental fleet, and we have people that have been playing golf for 40 years that say they just won't play without their golf board, and so we're right now, we're just racing to try to build as many as we can and continue to implement them. But it seems like everyone we sell, or everyone that's out there, sells 4 more. So we're just trying to keep up with the just the manufacturing of them and getting them implemented. And obviously there's going to be some resistance, but we've done so many things to make it a very safe and easy thing to use, and our like I said, our biggest problem is getting people that anybody that has anything to say about it that doesn't like it. We just need to get them on it, and once you ride them, you kind of get it, and that seems to be our biggest hurdle, is just getting everybody on them.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.